What is good, everybody? It is a Tuesday night, and you are here with us. Turnbuckle Talk, brought to you by Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. I am Carl Carafel. I'm joined alongside Chris Best and OMD. Guys, this week there has been a lot of news when it comes to the world of professional wrestling. I think, Mr. Best, in our news chat, you had even put lots of news happening this week, which is absolutely fantastic. Gives us a lot to talk about, which means we will have all filler, no killer going on for this show.
Yeah, Saturday was insane for wrestling news. My God. It was just as soon as I was sending something to you guys, something else was coming out.
Right, that's exactly it. It is absolutely wild how things just kind of snowball their way and kind of take effect. And we're going to talk a little bit about snowball type of situations a little bit later on in the program. And you know what? I kind of have some of my conspiracy theories. Yes, we're going to get into some of that tonight as well with our showstopper segment this evening. Guys, I think one of the first things that we have to talk about, though, is an amazing thing for a legendary tag team in the world of professional wrestling who to this day is still working and making their marks on the world of professional wrestling. And we are talking about Demolition, Axe and Smash. Oh my goodness. This is absolutely amazing for these two lifelong guys that have been within the business. Bill Eddy and Barry Darsow. They have signed a new Legends deal with the WWE. Who's got more information on that?
I do. I have it all right here.
Oh, good.
Bill Eddy was doing an interview with Wrestling Life via Fightful. And Barry Darsow was actually there too. But Bill Eddy had come out and said, we were approached by a friend of ours, a number of guys. Coco Beware was one of them, Tito Santana. And they had told us that they had been approached and made an appearance. We got a call from the office and they were discussing various things, including a signing contract, which would include making some appearances, action figures, various action figures to not only Demolition, but Repo Man, Crusher Khrushchev, Mass Superstar, The Machines. So everything Barry Darsow or Bill Eddy related, there's going to be something there. And that just made me happy to see Repo Man being listed there because I want to play as Repo Man in a video game.
Right?
I want to do it. The way they
I'm looking forward to a new Repo Man action figure.
Oh yeah, me too. Right? Actually,
or a Funko Pop, a Repo Man Funko Pop, man.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh,
imagine that with the car that he steals stole in one of the
right.
It was a bicycle that he did. No, there was he stole a car. He took a car in one of them too.
Right, but with the bicycle, it's a lot easier for that inside of a Funko Pop.
Mm-hmm.
Taking a bicycle, right from the little kid taking the bicycle. Tell your daddy. Oh geez, this is amazing. I thought so. It's really great that it is not just for them to kind of do appearances here and there, but for them to have all of this extra stuff. OMD, how do you feel about this?
I'm very, very excited. This is just fantastic news. I remember when we covered them actually finally signing the Legends deal about a year ago. And we all said it was about time, but we know that they were part of that concussion lawsuit.
Right.
And I am going to ask this because we do know that a little while ago, the family of one Brian Adams, a.k.a. Crush, signed off on the Legends deal as well. Will they include the Crush part in the Demolition figures, or is it just going to be for Bill and Barry?
I got to say yes on that one, but I'm looking at the stuff here, and there's one person from Barry Darsow's past that they're missing that I think that I would also like a figure of, and that's the Blacktop Bully.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say we're gonna see when it comes to Bryan Adams, we're gonna see Demolition Crush, we're gonna see Kona Crush, we're going to see Mr. Fuji Crush and DOA Crush in some way or another.
I think we're not, to be honest. I think with this is going to be just for Bill and Barry, right? They're the ones that have signed this Legends deal. Now, when we talk about Crush, right, he's already got that Legends deal in place. So instead of sharing anything that comes from that, whether it be with Demolition, we just leave it, right? Doesn't have to be included with Demolition, although a pretty pivotal part of Demolition, in the time that he was part of that group as well. But I think it's just best left not part of Demolition to allow all of that profits to be able to go just to his family instead. Bobby Petito, it's good to see you. Thank you so much for coming by. That's just my opinion, though. I think that, all of that should go just to him, and having to share it with, might take away from that.
Right.
I could be very wrong, though. I don't know. I don't know. That's just...
yeah. But if I'm being completely honest, I mean, as part of the 6-year deal, you got to put Demolition in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
It has to happen.
100%. I know we were, I guess we got a little bit torn this year with the natural disasters going in because we wanted Demolition just as badly.
Yeah, of course.
I would love to see Demolition get that Hall of Fame induction. Whether it's next year, whether it's the year after, who knows? But we will have to just wait and see.
I mean, both teams very, very popular talents when it comes to the world of tag team professional wrestling, right? So, yeah, very popular, each one of them. Someone else that's pretty popular in the world of professional wrestling comes from AEW. This one kind of caught, all of us a little bit off guard. And we still are, I'm going to say, we're still not 100% sure as to what is going on right now. But we do know that a fan favorite, Harley Cameron, will be taking some time off. She did sustain an injury at the Double or Nothing pay-per-view. The exact nature of the injury and how long she's going to be off TV for right now is unknown. It's really hard to tell, but we know that she is stepping back and taking some time. I haven't been able to really find anything to support that she's taking a full step away or is done with the company. I haven't been able to find that. What about you guys?
Yeah, I'm seeing the same thing, and I'm actually trying to see if there's been any update to her injury. And I know it's only been just a couple of days or a week and a half, we'll say, but right now I'm currently trying to dig it up. I'm not seeing anything, but Harley Cameron is one of the top stars right now in AEW.
Yeah.
And it just sucks. It sucks when you get injured in. Yeah, there's nothing that's revealing how long she's going to be gone for. I'm even trying to look and see if she had said anything.
Right. I wasn't able to find anything myself, and I spent a good amount of time taking a look at different news sources, taking a look around the world of the web to be able to find out anything more. And I really haven't been able to. We do know that there was a matchup that happened, an ODQ match, rematch took place on Dynamite. Cameron ended up bleeding. It's coming out that, it was fake blood, that it was done to establish the injury angle to explain her time off. and that she was pinned in that matchup. So
and it was during the pre-show for Double or Nothing as well. In that opening match for the pre-show.
Yes.
She was one of the few people that made the little bit of AEW I can watch bearable.
Okay.
Again, very, very reminiscent of early Iconics.
Right.
For me. And I loved it. I loved the way she was getting over, how she had gone from being part of that QTV stable to now this baby face with this huge following. She had just formed the team with Anna Jay.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of my favorite women's tag teams because I love Anna Jay in AEW.
Yeah.
So please,
another popular star.
Harley.
Yeah.
Get well soon, Harley. I want to see you back. And again, we don't know how long she's going to be out, but get well soon.
Yeah, I got to admit, I had a brief bit of confusion when I sent the story to our chat. I thought it was Jamie Hayter for a second because of the way the match with Mercedes Moné came to an end on that same show.
Gotcha. No, that's totally understandable.
Yeah.
But
all the best to Harley, and love to see you come back, woman.
Oh, 100%.
Do what you can. Get healthy.
I want to say thank you to Aiden with Cultaholic for that information that we were able to see, at least on my end. That's where I was taking information from tonight. So thank you very much, Aiden with Cultaholic.
Now, just to quickly cap that off, AEW is getting a return to their women's division tomorrow night as Sky Blue returns from injury.
Cool.
That's a very good thing. I'm very happy about that. Sky Blue is somebody that I've met. I have great respect for it and admiration for. Looking forward to that for sure. What else have we got here, guys? There is so much. So much to talk
there's
about.
There's a lot going on here.
I think we maybe take a trip through either Ontario or Michigan and maybe head to the city of Windsor.
Okay. All right. What's happening in Windsor?
Saturday, June 14th. Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling will be putting on a show at the St. Clair Sports Complex for free. Bring the family, all of that. It is a free show, wrestling, autographs, meet and greets, and I believe a barbecue.
A barbecue even as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, nothing wrong with that, right?
No.
It is going to be yeah, go ahead.
How often do you get to go to a free live wrestling show?
Right. So Maple Leaf Pro posted onto their Facebook page. That's where this graphic is taken from, where it says Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling live, presented by Fantastic Fathers, hits the St. Clair College Sportsplex in Windsor, Ontario, June 14th at 2 p.m. Bring the whole family for a free up-close afternoon of live pro wrestling action, an intimate fan-first event showcasing some of your favorite MLP stars. Smiley Kylie Ray, it looks like, Giselle Shaw, Rhino, bunch of names that are going to be there. That is absolutely fantastic.
Yes. And maybe this is a way for, them to get a single dad out with his kids, if his kid loves wrestling, whatever, because it is the day before Father's Day.
Right. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
Mr. Best, what do you think about a free live event?
I'm just wishing that I was in Windsor because I would love to meet Rhino again.
Right.
And Kylie Ray is one of the women on my bucket list of wrestlers I want to meet.
Right? Yeah, me too. Me too, to be honest with you.
My
Friend Bobby, go ahead.
I'm a huge fan of Giselle Shaw. We do see Raj Singh now as he is being called. I'm not sure who the other two gentlemen are or the other three gentlemen are in this picture. But again, to be able to go out and get these meet and greets, take the time, take your kids and go do this. It's an afternoon out.
Right. If you're watching us on the video source, you can see down in the corner in the comments there, Bobby Batito says Michael Allen Richard Clark is doing another match at Maple Leaf Pro on July the 5th at their event Resurrection. So very cool. Michael Allen Richard Clark, one of the bigger names when it comes to Canadian independent professional wrestling. If you have not checked out any of his work, go ahead and Google that name, Michael Allen Richard Clark, and you'll be able to see a bunch of the amazing things that he has been able to do for Canadian professional wrestling. I want to talk something that could be a little bit controversial for some. There's two things that we're going to talk about today that can be a little bit controversial for people. The first one that I'm going to talk about, we're not even putting up a graphic for this. This is something that we are going to bring to light. We're going to discuss. We're going to talk about, but we're not going to be putting any good onto this. Just want to bring this up to be able to show you the realism that is out there in the world, and especially for those that are professional wrestlers, that they are not exempt from things. I know you guys had pulled up an article and it was brought to the attention, and I weighed back and forth on whether or not we were going to actually talk about this. I asked in our private chats. I didn't get a response, which I know you guys are, you guys really don't get to see that. But I asked, are we going to talk about this? And I think that at this time we are. Independent professional wrestling personality, I'm going to say. Not even going to say the person's name. If you want to find it, you can look it up yourself. But this person was arrested in Florida for kidnapping, aggravated assault with a weapon, and strangulation was also part of the allegations. We got to remember, people, that, we're all human. A 34-year-old, that's how old this person is. They were arrested after a note was found in a restroom by police from the victim, who alleged that she was being held against her will at a nearby residence. Surveillance footage was used to identify this person. Prior case records and witness interviews were all used, and the authorities did what they were supposed to do. Following a search warrant, they located the female who identified herself as the author of the note and detailed a period of some prolonged abuse. There were visible injuries on the victim as well. Where I'm seeing this from, it does detail the case, which is very, very long. I'm not going to go through all of that, but I just want to make sure that everybody knows that we're all human, and that in these types of situations, we can all maybe lose ourselves a little bit. And that's exactly what happened here. If you are in the United States, this is the numbers that I have for you right now. If you know someone who is experiencing any abuse, there are different hotlines that you can call, whether it be your local emergency department, 911, There is a toll-free number that says it's for Florida, but I'm sure if you need it, they can help and bring you to where you need to be. I'm going to give that number. It's 1-800-500-1119. You're not alone in these situations. I'm not glorifying this person and what they did. Terrible act that happened. Thankfully, the victim was able to be located and had the wherewithal to be able to leave a note, and that it was found. Very, very thankful for that. Do you guys have anything else on that one that you wanted to bring up?
This is a very terrifying situation. We've seen this time and time again on all of our local news stations, how these pan out without people paying attention to what's going on around them. And I kind of think when I read this report, it kind of reminded me of the time it was in a whole other incident, very similar in nature to this one, where the woman called to order a pizza. But instead of the pizza, she subtly gave instructions on how to get to the house to save her. And let's not forget, this doesn't just happen to women; it happens to men as well. This is I do hope that this thing, because he's not a person, he's not a human, he's a monster to me. I hope this thing gets justice.
Yeah, this is a very sensitive topic and one that we have covered numerous times here. I know fairly recently, Mr. Best, you and I discussed a situation with an independent wrestler, I believe in New Jersey, who had done nowhere near this, but, let his ego or whatever get the best of him. This is the type of behavior that we look back on from the old days of wrestling, when the egos and the drugs were really out of control and running rampant in the locker rooms. So I do hope that this person gets the help that they need, as well as the justice for the victim.
For sure. Let's hope that maybe some justice can be taken on this next piece of news as well. Again, we're going to talk something that's a little bit controversial. Maybe not to this extent, but this is floating around all over the internet. I have seen it on YouTube. I have seen it in other places. I'm going to play a little video here for us. And just watch this and listen for a moment.
Done with an MRI, and it confirmed I tore my ACL. My knees are officially made of glass, and unfortunately, I will have to retire from WWE and pro wrestling as a whole. I was really enjoying entertaining the fans each and every week, but before I leave, I want to go ahead and roast all these trash cans on the WWE roster. Kairi Sane, I don't have beef with you, but you soft as hell. This bum wasn't in the right spot for my drop kick, which led to me getting this injury. So, Kairi, if you ever see me in public, just know I'll be turning you from Kairi Sane into Kairi Payne.
Well, words from Zoe Stark. Apparently. So this duped a lot of people, some of us included. We don't need to mention who. Sorry. But this was generated via AI on an account called WWE AI. Now, how I didn't pick up on that and recognize that and realize that in the first place is beyond me. This thing looks legit. It sounded legitimate. It had little glitches in it, kind of like, real videos do at times. We really need to be checking and making sure that what we're seeing and what we're hearing are 100% legitimate before we start posting making accusations or any of that type of stuff, because this got me.
This is why I've always said to everybody who claims that they're a wrestling news reporter or they have a Facebook group where they report wrestling news, double, triple, quadruple check your sources. Because I've seen this go around too, and I immediately could tell it was AI without what you had shown me, what you had said, Carl. But I went around and I'm like, okay, the only thing that Zoe Stark ever actually did after the injury was post about her injury and talk about it. That's all she's done.
Yeah.
She's not retiring. She's not going to beat up Kairi Sane in the streets.
Right. And I gotta say that for me, I didn't watch it. I was listening to it.
Yeah.
So it sounded like it. It sounded good.
Yeah.
It sounded legitimate. I did have to do my research, and I did do some Google searching, and I did some Bing searching, and I did some other searching, and I continued to search, and I came up with nothing.
Yeah. The only thing that I believe Zoe Stark posted was a speech about the injury and then saying the comeback is greater than the setback.
Right.
She's had her surgery. I did watch this video when it was posted into our group. And watching it again, I think if she was retiring, I think there would have been a lot more emotion in her voice and probably some tears as well, you know, not going out there and trash talking Kairi Sane, because we do know that injuries happen. It was not Kairi's fault, of course.
Right.
So, but it's amazing what these people think they can get away with creating this stuff with AI.
Right?
Yeah.
Controversial, to say the least. Honestly, there's a lot of controversy when it comes to AI, when it comes to the artificial intelligence. Bubba, good to see you. Thank you for popping in and saying hello. Bubba Duke is not artificially intelligent. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Sometimes I wonder.
We love you. But yeah, we all got to make sure that we're watching out, because this seems to be the way that the world is going. A lot of this AI is coming into play, and it's really doing good, and then at some points doing harm as well. So we just got to be mindful. And again, it's controversial.
Just be cognizant. If you see a news story on one thing, and this is something I've always done, regardless of whether it's pro wrestling, whether it's just news in general, I'm always the type that, okay, I see a news story on CNN, for instance, right?
Yeah.
I'll be like, okay, CNN's reporting on this, but what's Fox News saying about it? What's headline news saying about it? You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Remember,
the same
everyone.
thing with wrestling.
Just remember, everyone, you have the freedom to be able to choose what you believe and what you do not believe. You have the freedom. OMD, can you tell me anything about Freedom? Maybe Freedom Ramsey? Ramsey. Yep.
Freedom Ramsey, one of the first signees to quit the WWE ID program. He was one of the early names announced, and now he has announced that he is leaving the ID program. I don't know everything behind it. I think he just wants to focus on his career and maybe not have that added pressure right now. But yeah, he has chosen to give up an opportunity to go and earn a WWE contract for the time being.
So he did put a post out. He says, I just wanted to share something. I'm no longer with WWE ID. This did not happen publicly. Some things are just meant to be handled behind closed doors. I just wanted to keep it real with the fans who have supported me since day one, whether it was in small gyms or in the bright lights. WWE has always been a dream of mine. It changed me. Wrestling on WWE Evolve, training at the Performance Center, just meeting everybody I used to see on TV. I learned, I grew, I developed. Now a new chapter begins, and I'm not sure what that looks like yet, but I'm going to come into it with the same hunger that I did when I started professional wrestling. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you for riding with me. This journey is far from over. Wow.
Now I've got to wonder, did the WWE ID program have some sort of exclusivity with it? Because now I'm wondering if another company came knocking on his door and he took that offer instead.
It's possible. I don't know. It's probably something that we're going to find out later down the road. I mean, he's already said that this isn't the end. The journey is far from over.
Mm-hmm.
So we will definitely have to see what happens. If like Bobby is saying, maybe Freedom Ramsey wanted to develop his skills. Maybe that's exactly what it was, and he was using the ID program as a way to do so, a way to get better, and maybe something back home is going to take precedence for him right now, where he can take what he's learned and be able to bring it back. Like at this point, it's all speculation. We don't know.
And it could be something simple, like maybe he felt like he himself was not ready for WWE.
Right.
And so he backed out of the ID program.
The big thing that I truly appreciate from all of this is that he said, I have not said this publicly. Some things are better handled behind closed doors.
Right.
So, I mean, again, there's a lot of different things that we can look at, whether, as Bobby said, he wanted to go and develop his skills. He's done all of this. Maybe there was some, what he felt was hazing. So you've got to look at the positives and the possible negatives as well from all of this. But it was handled behind closed doors. He didn't go out and make a big, blow off and, this program is garbage. No, this was behind closed doors. This was a personal matter handled between me and WWE.
Of course. I hate to see people go, but very happy if this is something that they want to do, to be able to grow and continue to grow for themselves. So I'm happy that it happened the way that it did, and that it was put out there in the way that it was, where it, just as you said, OMD mentions that, it didn't have to happen publicly. It happened behind closed doors, but I want that each and every one of you know and understand that this is what is going on and that you won't see me.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Amazing. And he shares gratitude to the WWE for everything that has happened with him so far. And, at this point, maybe it's just a matter of time before we see that person back again. Somebody that I am looking to see back on my TV screens at some point is a lady who has been stepped back from a contract. So a contract not renewed.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be talking a lot about that, unfortunately. But this one is coming from AEW. Now, they have had an amazing career to me. I have always enjoyed their wrestling. I have seen them live wrestling. And let me tell you, they are a beautiful person. We are talking about Abaddon from AEW. Did not have their contract renewed and is gone from AEW. They wrote on X that their time with AEW is coming to an end. Contract expires in June and won't be renewed. The emotions I'm currently trying to manage are incredibly difficult and full of conflict as I reflect on my time here. The goal is not to let this be it for me because I love wrestling too much to just stop. I put a lot of hard work and that I know I will be able to showcase more often. My heart is completely broken. You can bet that I'm still going to show up for training next week. And then if you're looking to book Abaddon, you can email them at bookabaddonhere@gmail.com. Yeah. I hate this one.
I hate it too, but I like it at the same time.
Right? Like,
because I've been saying this for the last 2 years, especially when Bray Wyatt was alive and he was going to form the Wyatt Six. I had stated Abaddon would be a perfect fit for that. And to this day, I still think she's a perfect fit for that.
of course.
I would love for her to come to the WWE and form a tag team with Nikki Cross as part of the Wyatt Six. I know we've mentioned her coming in to tag team with Alexa Bliss, but Nikki Cross is the better fit, in my personal opinion.
Right. And I'm with you. Like, I didn't see a whole lot of Abaddon. I know she primarily worked on the ROH side of AEW. So I didn't get to see a whole lot of her, but I'm actually going to go with our friend Bobby Petito in the comments and saying a tag team with Rosemary in TNA.
I do like that. I do like that option too.
I think that is a fantastic fit. Especially if you are trying to get back to this demonic side of Rosemary and go back to the Hive and the Hivelings.
And see that again with that whole demonic stuff. That's why I think Abaddon's a perfect fit for the Wyatt Six.
Oh, she is. There's no denying that.
Prior to that, though, I wouldn't mind if the CWE called her and brought her up on a tour.
That would be really cool in my books. I would love for the CWE to call them and have them come in for a northern tour. That means that they would be coming through here.
Yeah.
Through our area at that point. The last time that we saw Abaddon appear on AEW branding programming was back in 2023, late December 2023. But they have been working primarily with Ring of Honor over on that brand. Even as, long ago as February 8th, there was a February 8th edition of Honor Club where Abaddon seemingly had a final match with a win over Rachel Ellering. But goodbye. If you're not watching the video, if you didn't see, Shiki Baby just took a nosedive onto the floor for some reason. Maybe that picture of Abaddon scared Shiki and he had to jump.
He saw Hogan on the floor. He had to break Hogan's back.
Maybe. Abaddon, we love you. We're really hoping to see you at some point somewhere. We don't want this to be the last for you either. And I know that you are going to do everything you can to get your name back out there onto shows. And I'm really hoping that people jump at the opportunity to book Abaddon here at gmail.com and get them on their shows. Yeah. Gorgeous lady too. Like just all around, like her personality, everything from them is amazing. I was able to spend a little bit of time with them on the Jericho cruise. Celeste was a huge fan of Abaddon, watching them wrestle. We saw them as we were all leaving from the ship, like just walking with everybody else. And it was just amazing to see that person that is Abaddon outside of the face facade, the makeup and all of that that's there, to see the person behind that as well. And to know that that person is a genuine person is absolutely fantastic. I loved it. We do have some other people that we need to discuss as well when it comes to the contracts not being removed or removed. I just hit remove on the dashboard here for something. So yeah. This one's hitting a lot of people really, really hard, and I understand why. There are 3 names that we are aware of right now that are not having their contracts renewed. I'm catching myself. With the WWE. Yeah. We are looking at R-Truth, Sarah Logan, and Carlito. Yeah, I'm all tongue-tied today. I don't know. It's guys, I'm almost at a loss for words.
I'm devastated. Is probably an understatement. However, I understand it. Guys like Truth and Carlito were there to bring the levity to a tense situation. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, and I don't really want to use this term, but they were almost there as cannon fodder. They weren't really given a lot to do in the ring, but what they brought outside, what they brought to the locker room, cannot be replaced. With Sarah Logan, I can understand because the Valhalla character doesn't fit the direction anymore. It was there for the Viking Raiders, and they never utilized Sarah Logan really as a huge in-ring talent. But I am still just crushed. Now, I mean, Carlito has already gone home and won the WWC Heavyweight Championship.
Yep.
And R-Truth started a Twitter blog on OnlyFans.
Yeah. Yeah.
And R-Truth also put out a country album too. So
yeah.
Truth is the one that really shocks me because he was getting involved in a major angle on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
It was the whole there was him and Jimmy Uso, and they were teaming up against Solo's Bloodline, and OMD and I were watching it, and alongside Chris Parrish, and we were all wondering what's next. Where's R-Truth going in this situation? Unfortunately, R-Truth is heading for the unemployment line in this situation.
Yeah.
Again, and I mentioned this about Carlito when we were doing the open mic night on Sunday, but I would love it for CWE to call either one of these 3 to come up, especially Truth. I would love to meet Truth.
Right?
Of course.
One of the things that I read on multiple different sites today was that Truth was offered a new contract at significantly less money than he was making. And he has supposedly turned that down.
I haven't seen that yet.
I've seen rumblings, but they've been coming from not so very credible sources, as it were. Okay. Truth has a lot of side projects on the go as it is right now. So I could totally see him 100% focusing on those side projects. And let's not forget, guys, that even though your contract has not been renewed for the WWE, I'm going to say this again, just as we say with every release, this isn't the be-all, end-all. The WWE is not the be-all, end-all for wrestling anymore.
No.
There's a bunch of other promotions out there that would be willing to that could easily take on, a Sarah Logan, Carlito, Truth, or even Abaddon for that matter. If I'm AEW, for instance, though, I might want to consider looking at getting R-Truth and Carlito in there, not necessarily for in-ring stuff, but maybe for like a backstage producer's role or something like that.
And that's what I would have suggested for Truth within WWE is go back, this contract, maybe because you can think maybe it's the talent contract that wasn't renewed, but now you sign him as a producer or a backstage agent.
Mm-hmm.
If I see Truth going anywhere, I see him going back to TNA.
I could see that for sure.
Which is where he's had the most in-ring success in his career.
So I do want to say that, yes, we're spending a lot of time talking about R-Truth. And that's because, well, there's a lot of other people that are talking about this with R-Truth as well, because he was the first one that came out with this news and information on the contracts not being renewed. Got it right this time. I want to say thank you to RKO Universe for putting this together, and I am going to be sharing with all of you something that I found on Facebook. So we are looking at The Miz, and I'm not going to read through all of these. They're just going to be showing you who is talking right now about Truth. So The Miz. JD McDonough took to X. Where was that one from The Miz? That one was at Mike The Miz. I think that one was from X as well. Natalia, Shotzi, Bailey, Scarlett Bordeaux, Kalani Jordan, Dustin Rhodes, Chelsea Green, Gail Kim, Jacob Fatu, Charlotte Flair. Lots of names within the world of professional wrestling that are talking about and thanking Truth for everything that he has done for the business.
And I've gone and read those, and it almost seemed like they were just saying. It almost sounded like, when you're at your high school graduation or your elementary school graduation, and you're saying goodbye to your friends. It feels like it was like a permanent goodbye, but I know for a fact that it's not when it comes to Truth. I know that the Miz is gonna go to Truth's house and have a barbecue with him or something like that. You know,
yeah. Of course. We'll have to wait and see with everyone here as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Sarah Logan in her statement said she wants to now focus on being Sarah as she is falling more in love with herself and who that person is outside of wrestling and as a mom.
Yes, that was the biggest thing that I took away from that. Wanting to be that mother. Yes.
Yeah.
Best
and
of
I've
luck
got nothing but respect for Sarah Logan on that front.
Yeah, very much so, me as well. Oh, we've come to that time. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, if anybody noticed, I saw a picture today that showed Liv's boots that had the initials of JD and then Carlito's names on them last night on Raw.
Oh, very nice. I was not aware. I did not see that. So, I mean, in everybody's own way, they're paying homage to these stars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That brings us to our final topic of the night. Yes, we are going to be talking something that, honestly, I didn't think that we would be talking about. Back in business again. We're definitely going to have to see what happens with this. But before that, everyone needs to witness this.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. All times are in Eastern Time. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m., followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Thursday we got total non-stop action with Brace for Impact at 8 p.m. Friday we game again with Unleashed, the Jessica Wilde story at 7 p.m. Following the game, join us for the SmackDown Security Detail at 8 p.m. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. On Sunday be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
And that's right, everybody. Every day there is a little something that you can check out with Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. The best way to do so is to take a look at our website, streaming down below. You can see it, turnbucklestudios.org. You can go there, click on the show that you want to see, and it'll take you to the latest episode that has been uploaded to the site. That brings us, guys, to our final topic of the night. We got about 8 minutes to talk about this. Let's just get right into it. 14th and I. What the heck? Public filings have been registered with 3 limited liability companies in Connecticut. 14th and I Holdings, LLC, 14th and I Investments, LLC, 14th and I Management, LLC. It's a new business launched by Vince McMahon himself, forming an investment firm called 14th and I, pursuing opportunities in sports, media, and entertainment. I have seen photos of the paperwork that is there, the filing paperwork that has been done with Vince McMahon's signature on it. A few things in it have been redacted. Guys, what's your take on this?
I'm a little intrigued because I was thinking about this for the last couple of days when it was formally announced, and I gotta wonder if some of Vince's friends from the WWE are going to be getting involved. I wonder if like John Laurinaitis is going to find his way in there, or Kevin Dunn is going to find his way in there. I'm a little bit intrigued on the investment firm for sports media and entertainment. So I'm wondering if trying to figure out how to word this. Is he going to be like a company that other people go to as see you later, OMD? Is this going to be something that like people are going to go to him and present their ideas and Vince McMahon decides to invest in them? Is that what I'm gathering here? Maybe.
I don't know. I really don't. And it's not odd to me that this would happen, to be quite honest with you. I figured at some point we were going to get something like this that happened. Okay. Now, my mind, my conspiracy theory part of me kind of went into overdrive.
Yeah.
And I thought about angel numbers. Now I'm going to read just a little bit here. The angel number 14 combines the vibrational frequency of the numbers 1 and 4, and even has a connection to the number 5. The number 1 is associated with new beginnings and freedom. The number 4 is a spiritual number. The number 4 is a number of sustainability and balance. And the angel number 5 is a sign of encouragement as you walk along your life path. But then I also took a look as well. 14th with a TH, 14th. The 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution, ratified in 1868, granted citizenship to all persons born or naturalized to the United States, including formerly enslaved people, and guaranteed all citizens equal protection of the laws. Now, my mind is going, is this all just number play? Is this all just kind of word play happening here? on his end creating this because of all the situations that are happening right now. Then my mind kind of went to something else. I'm just going to get this out really quick, and then you guys tell me I'm full of BS, please. Do we still have Vince McMahon, whose family still is part of the WWE, co-conspirating with them, not renewing contracts for people to allow these people some 14th and I investment time? That's all I got on that. Okay.
Well, I'm going to bring you down to a bit of reality here, because the term 14th and I actually references the former headquarters of Capital Wrestling Corporation, which was located at 14th and I in New York, in Washington, D.C.
Okay. I told you, my mind goes all over the place when I see this stuff.
Right. I actually saw something about that today myself, which had the list of these releases and non-renewed contracts. Do we see it? We've also been seeing and hearing speculation again about Vince wanting to buy back WWE from TKO. We've heard that, yes, he could potentially start his own new company.
Which is what we're talking about right now.
Right. As well, we've heard he wants to buy his own studio, or he's bought his own studio to produce entertainment, whether that be wrestling or another form of entertainment.
Yep.
Personally, I think this is just a way for him to diversify his portfolio, diversify his money, and get multiple projects on the go, because he's one of those guys that's going to work until he's in the grave. He can't just sit at home.
Yeah, to bunk off Bubba's statement there where he said, I think it's just the old man can't give it up and can't leave it alone. That's actually true when it comes to McMahon. I mean, everybody in his family has said he does not know how to have a vacation.
Yeah. So Brad Bloom, a former WWE exec and ally of McMahon, is the president of 14th and I. Verified LinkedIn profile says 14th and I is a private investment firm focused on the sports media and entertainment sectors. We are a disciplined, flexible, long-term capital and strategic partner, primarily targeting buyouts, majority deals, as well as selective growth-oriented minority investments. We seek to partner with and empower exceptional management teams, provide deep expertise, capability, and relationships to help drive significant long-term value. That's what we're getting right now.
So, to use an old child movie of mine that I really love, Hook, the scene where Wendy is asking grown-up Peter Pan what he does for a living, and the son comes in, explains what he does, and then Wendy turns and says, "Oh, you're
right." Yeah.
It almost seems as though he's looking to try and form his own version of a paradigm talent agency where these WWE superstars seem to really be signing a lot.
Yeah, it kind of feels like that.
That's not what he's doing, though. This is him. It sort of is, but it isn't. What he's going to be doing is going in and trying to take over businesses that aren't doing so well and trying to make them turn a profit. That's what an investment firm does.
Yeah. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see what the heck happens with this. This is absolutely crazy right now. I'm glad that we were able to get a little bit more information as to what 14th and I actually is. Yes, Bubba, I is crazy. All right. My mind goes a little nuts sometimes. I admit.
I mean, Bubba, have you seen the company that Carl keeps himself with? We're all a little crazy here. So.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely a lot of us are. If you want to join part of this crazy crew, take a look down below, turnbucklestudios.org. Go check out that website. You can send us an email and see how you too can be part of the Turnbuckle affiliation program. If you're not interested in being part of the affiliation program, but do want to help support us, make sure that you're checking out our shop at karlkarufel.redbubble.com. That's KarlKarufel.redbubble.com. You can go there, find some amazing merchandise. I have to step up my game and get a few more things in there. I understand. I know I got to do my work on that as well when I'm not working the regular job. With that being said, Mr. Best and OMD, thank you so much for being here with me, for allowing me to come onto my show since I have the day off, to be able to come and join you guys. It's going to be maybe a week or so before I can be back with you, as work has scheduled me on some Mondays and Tuesdays going forward as well, which suck, but I get it. I still got to work for the man.
I'm not going to lie, Carl, when you say that you're going to be doing the show, I look at that as my day off for preparing everything.
Right. And I hope that I was diligent enough to make sure that everything got done for us today. There were a few hiccups as usual. It's technology, people. It frickin' happens. Not much we can do about that. But thank you to everybody that is part of Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle affiliation program for what you do. I greatly appreciate it. And if you are enjoying what we're doing, please find the socials by going to turnbucklestudios.org. Give us a share, give us a follow, give us anything that you can. All of that stuff is for free, but it does help us grow. And that's exactly what we're looking to do here in the rest of 2025, is continue to grow. For Chris Best, for OMD, and for myself, Karl Karufel, this has been Turnbuckle Talk, episode number 426. Back in business again. Remember, everyone, the world's a scary place. Take care of each other.